So today one of our jobs was back to the cabinet install we did the other week, and it was time to put the supplies and the consumer units in. First thing was to see how much space we'd been left with, which was not a lot. Sensibly bought a flask with me today too. Started by positioning our accessories, which was pretty much governed for us. Just about got the consumer unit in and managed to get the socket in place as well, so we had space for everything. Time to start planning the cable routes and ways to make it look neat. Went for a flexi conduit between the board and the socket and managed to sweep the tails around the outside as well. Once they were in, we had the base structure of the way the cabinet was going to look. Then it was a case of putting in the RCBO, connecting up the tails and wiring up the socket. Something that hadn't even crossed my mind and didn't even check to start with was the fact that it was a TT system, because it was a cabinet and they don't install earths to cabinets in temporary buildings. So I had to go out, get some earth rods and get installing those. Bit of a task, but we managed to get a good 2 metre spike down into the ground and get it boxed off too. Once that was done, it was a case of installing the tails, make sure they were correctly tightened. Then at this point it was time to safely liven up. Once that was done, it was obviously now testing the earth to make sure that that was good, given that it was a TT system. Then doing some more testing, getting the readings down and making sure everything was labelled and tagged up. The primary reason for this cabinet was a CCTV system, so that was now up and running, which is great. And it looked relatively neat when we were done, given that it was such a compact size in the end. This was one of 3, so I've got to do this 2 more times, and one of them's in a little bit more of a tricky location as well. But happy to have this one done, neat and tidy and all ready to go. Any questions, drop us a message, and as usual, follow us for more.